Author Tony Nunes reads Chapter 1, I Spy China, Irreverent Insights from an Ex-Expat. Prologue. What's the gag? It's hot. Moisture and perspiration builds up in the space between my sealed lips and the flimsy woven paper of my mask as I trudge along a woodland path. The sun beats down, burning a line in the graying part of my hair, drenching the strands underneath the ear bands with sweat as I struggle to suck in just one clean, cool breath through my nose. That's what they say you're supposed to do. Breathe through your nose. No luck. Nose or mouth, the air is wet and foul and smells a bit of a chicken's armpit. For the record, I do actually know what this foul smell is like. I grew up on a farm. I did not always sniff chicken armpits, but I did occasionally get a whiff. Anyway, today all I wanted to do was get a little exercise. But here I am, dressed like a bandit, soaking, gasping, hating my own face. Dang, I never thought I'd have to wear one of these stupid things again after I left China. This particular mask is a painter's model left over from some furniture refinishing project I tried and abandoned years ago. I can still feel a bit of sawdust in the chin strap. The aluminum security band pinches the bridge of my nose. The elastic smooshes my ears flat. My post-nasal drip drips, but I can't take my PPE off to dab at the snot. That would defeat the purpose of the mask entirely. So instead I waddle along the path going, snuff, 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 like a particularly unpleasant, elderly, and overweight schnauzer. It is not an appealing metaphor, but then I'm not an appealing sight right now. Actually, the imaginary schnauzer would probably be more attractive than me, given that it would not also be wearing an overstuffed bra, accumulating enough underband moisture to, once wrung out, water a mid-sized garden. I honestly don't know why I ever bother wearing masks. Hopeful futility, perhaps? Back in China, I knew masks couldn't protect me from the billions of atoms of pollutants that burned my bronchi daily, but I hoped they'd at least block out the major chunks of coal and tiny spatters of oil floating around in smog. Now here in California, I know masks can't completely protect me from the droplets of COVID-19 infused spittle flung off by maskless idiots jogging next to me on the trail. But I hope that my face covering will show these morons that I care more about humanity than they do. I am, symbolically at least, a good, nay, better person than they are. Perhaps also a little smug. People use the word ironically wrong all the time, but in this next sentence I promise the term fits. Ironically, the issue that prompted me to don a mask in China, pollution, came in great part from the United States, and the problems making me wear one now, COVID-19, came in great part from China. I fled China to breathe free again, and yet here I am choking. You see, America and China have got a weird symbiotic relationship going on. We have had for over a century, and that's what this book is all about. It's a cautionary tale of two countries where safety and common sense are in mighty short supply, and where one could slide into the other in an instant. Much in the way, without parental supervision, the little kid's soft serve always topples off the cone and splats on the floor. Can you guess which country the ice cream is in this metaphor? I know this is an odd topic. You may be asking, is this book supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be weird or scary or sad? Frankly, I don't know how you can separate any of those things, so read into it what you want. What this book isn't is one of those sappy travel adventures, eat, pray, choke on your own vomit, about how strange everybody is and how confused and naive the travel author was until she came to love and totally embrace the culture. On second thought, I did kind of fall in love with China a bit. I tend to make friends dangerously easily, like some kind of globe-trotting stray Labrador retriever. Fair warning, I get lost a lot, and kind strangers take me to strange places, strangely. I was pretty sure why they used to whisk me off in this way when I was young and attractive. I'm not sure why they do it now. Possibly they are lacking in mother figures or yearning for an elderly hostage. Furthermore, it's not a rant about how terrible the Chinese are or how mindless we Americans are, though there might be a bit of that. I hope what I tell you is neither politically correct nor politically incorrect, but more like true to the value of subjective observations made by one elderly average American with the usual cultural biases and told in a way that is nothing at all like journalism. I want this book to be more like international gossip. After all, gossip is pretty much what all fun human intercourse boils down to, excepting actual intercourse, of course. So this book isn't some super earnest analysis of geopolitical blah-da-dee-blah, although I do offer links to works by serious journalists who did actually research into geopolitical blah-da-dee. You can read those articles as you go along, if you want. A lot of the objective reporting on China is really eye-opening and shocking and might make you appreciate your own life a little more. In summation, what I hope I'm giving you here is a kind of stand-up routine with footnotes. It could lead you to some big, important ideas, but it's okay if you're mostly in it for the yucks at the expense of other human beings, such as the American people, Chinese people, Chinese government people, American government people, the living, the dead, and especially the very schmuck who authored this book, yours truly. As a final caveat, please remember these rules as you go along. 1. Nothing I write here applies to so-called races of people. My firm belief is we are all the same race. We are humans. We can interbreed. Spotted guinea pigs and curly guinea pigs are just guinea pigs. Anyone who believes otherwise can just shut up and eat their pellets. 2. Nothing I write is meant to imply that everyone in a particular group, gender, age range, sexuality, time period, area of the country, etc., or any other so-called group behaves, thinks, or feels the same way all the time. 3. Therefore, a lot of people means a great percentage of those I saw, talked to, taught, etc. I did not meet everyone everywhere in China. I did not meet famous politicians or national business leaders. I do not personally know Xi Jinping. 4. Nothing I say, in even the truest of truthful spirits, should be taken for granted as permanently true in, say, a week or in a year or any time in the future. Things change. I have reason to believe that things have changed drastically in just the few years since I left China. So there you have it. 5. I'm not naming names here. It's quite dangerous to your health or financial life to be in touch with Americans these days if you are a Chinese citizen. Thus, I've had to cut everyone I met in China out of my life completely, so no suspicion would fall on them should I say something negative in this book, and I will too. To the paranoid overlord types, let me mention that the people I was in contact with were most universally loyal and patriotic. Most of the negative comments I heard about the government were from total strangers I couldn't name or pick out in a lineup if my life depended on it, or theirs. I didn't need informants to see what was wrong over there. I just needed eyes. 6. For those of you, right, left, or center, so brimming with umbrage as to explode into a Twitter tantrum after every lighthearted exaggeration or joke, please refer to your local mental health professional. There are pills and treatments for this sort of thing. Are we cool? Good. Enjoy.